Hey everybody, I'm Zee Garcia, and today we're going to be cooperatively trying to achieve serenity in Narabi. In this small card game, the players are going to be working together trying to arrange numerical cards on the table, but on the back of those cards is a hidden rule that you must follow in order to switch that card with another one on the table. You have a certain number of rounds in which to get this done, and if you can achieve it together, then you've all won. Otherwise, you run out of time and you lose the game. Let's go ahead and take a look at how it works. I'll come on back after that, tell you what I think of it. In the game, you are going to get 2 stacks of cards. One stack is going to have the numbers on them. The other stack is going to have conditions on the other side of this side, which allow you or restrict you in different ways from moving the stones around the table. The players are going to be cooperating in this game. They have a certain number of rounds here in order to arrange all the stones at the table so that they are sequential. You can go either way, clockwise or counterclockwise, but all of them numerically correct. The blank ones will not matter for that. They can be anywhere they want to be. So before we start the game, first we have to sleeve these cards into the sleeves here with one of each, randomly of course, facing opposite way so that the numbers face one way, and we're calling that one up, okay? That's always going to be facing up, and the condition faces down so that only the player who has those cards may look at them, all right? So here we go. Let me go ahead and do that. Okay, now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and shuffle them up. Again, with the numbers facing up. And we're going to give them out to the players. In this case, I'm going to pretend I'm playing with 4 people. So everybody gets 3 of these. And I would just play them in. You cannot rearrange these. You can divvy these out however you want to, I guess, as long as you don't know what's coming up. And you have to make sure that the players do not move them around the table. So there we go. That's what we've got. Let me go ahead and push these into the frame a little bit more so that you can see what's going on. And then you pick a star player, you are good to go. Again, the objective is to arrange these so that sequentially they make sense either way. Let's say I'm going to be the first player. In the game, the players are allowed to discuss what they are trying to do, but you cannot ask specific questions about whether someone can switch a card with you and try to deduce what the rule on the back is. So for right now, let's go ahead and take a look at what I would be able to see. Okay, so on my 5 here, there's a rule that says switch this stone with a lower number. And the 8 says switch this stone with a higher number. That's going to be tricky. That one cannot be moved. I can't move it anyway. And this one says switch this stone with the second stone to its left or the second stone to its right. When it's my turn, I will pick one. I will switch it with someone else's. I may not switch among my own stones. And that's all there is to it. So I would say, for example, this 8 might be hard to move. 0's over there. So I might do something like this. Switch that one with this one, trying to get this to go this way perhaps. And then it's going to be this player's turn, and that player might do something like this. They might take a look at their 2, and it says, switch this stone with a black stone. So they'll take a look, and they're going to switch it with, they're not very happy about that. They'll take a look at this one, switch this stone with a stone from the player to your right. Cool. So they're going to switch this one with this one here. And again, every time we do that, we advance this. So I already took a turn, and that player took a turn. We advance that stone there. Then it'll be this player's turn. They'll take a look at theirs. Switch this with a lower number. I already knew that. This one says switch this stone with an odd-numbered stone. So what would they want to switch with that? I don't know. Maybe the 7 is what they want to switch. Switch this stone with a light stone. Great. So they're going to switch that with this one, let's say. Like so. And this continues with everybody taking a turn and then moving this, maybe doing a little bit of discussion. You've had 24 plays in order to arrange the stones so that they go 0, 1, maybe a blank in there, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, all the way up to the highest stone. That way or the other way. If you achieve that before you're out of turns, you've won the game. If you don't, then you've lost the game. That's really all there is to it. And then if you want to play again, you will have to take all these apart, reshuffle the pairs, so the number and the condition are once again randomized yet attached to each other. That's it. So let's go back up top, let's discuss it a little more, and I'll tell you what I think of it. Alright, so there it is, Narabi. Overall, this game is pretty down the middle of the road for me with a couple of bright spots, you know. And I'll talk about those first, and then I'll tell you everything else why I just find it to be sort of fine. It's alright. It's that kind of card game, you know. There's so many good, solid, engaging cooperative games out there that I find this one to be merely serviceable, you know? So the things I do like, ease of play. It's a very easy game to play. It kind of spells everything else, and I like that a lot. It's also a very low barrier of entry for the kind of game it is. This deductive, cooperative puzzle, it's very easy to get into. And then the tactics and strategy, yeah, there's some fun stuff here. You know, the puzzle at hand can sometimes throw you some interesting curveballs. You know, you're gonna have to come up with some interesting solutions sometimes. Halfway through the game, you might realize you need to pull a reversal. We've been trying to make the numbers go this way. It's not gonna work out. We all have to sort of reverse this all around. And I think it's the kind of game that does not get hitched up, like many games do, by a limited communication rule. Those rules tend to be one of those things that just doesn't always work out. You can say this, but you can't say that. And your players find creative ways around that. And here's why I think it doesn't matter in this game. I think this might be best silent. Now, you can talk, you know, about other things, but if ignoring rules in the game, you cannot talk about the game. You can't ask questions. That's how I would play this one, honestly. I think it's better that way. Everything else is just okay. The theme, this whole achieve serenity thing together, it's just not very tense. And the game is not relaxing, so those things seem at odds, you know. If it was a game that felt very relaxing to play, I would say fantastic theme. But it's not. It's a tense game. It's a game that keeps throwing monkey wrenches at you. So I think a better design or theme here would have been something like bomb disposal or something, right? You are trying to defuse a bomb together or hack a safe or, hack a computer terminal. Something like that would have made more sense. It could be the exact same system, same game, without a achieve togetherness and serenity theme because it seems at odds. The aesthetics. It's a very basic look. It's a nice look, but it's a very basic look. And unfortunately, the card sleeves in here, while they're very high quality card sleeves, and I appreciate that, they are a little too tight. And I wish they would have gone up a size, and allowed the replayability to benefit from that too. Because honestly, it's kind of a pain to play this game twice, back to back. Yet it's that game length, it's that kind of game. Especially if you win early on because it just sort of played out that way and you want to play again, then you got to pull all these cards out of the sleeves, shuffle them up, stick them all back in the super tight sleeves. So, they needed to be bigger. Replayability. There's some fun conundrums here you're going to run into, but overall it's very much samey from session to session. The discoverability of the rules, that can be fun, but that kind of put that into tactics, Game length, it's okay if it's quick and everybody kind of finds an answer fairly quickly to what's going on, then you can have a well-timed game session. But if you get into the upper stages in the game, it can kind of outstay its welcome a little bit, and that's surprising because it's still a short game. It's still going to be... It has that possibility of actually outstaying its welcome, which is strange, but it can. So there you go. Overall, like I said, it's all right. It's just not one I would go out of my way to recommend. Narabi is a cute system. It's one that has some clever ideas, can be fun and puzzly. And so if you're someone looking for that, the portability of this mixed with the puzzliness of something that's perhaps bigger, then maybe this is the one you want, you know? But for me, I can get that puzzly nature in games that are a little more robust, and I enjoy a little more, without some of the fiddliness of the sleeves in this one, and the mismatch with the theme and the feel. So, there you go. That is Narabi. I am Zee Garcia. Thanks everybody for checking this out. I'll see you on the next one.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com.